Emma! Emma! Emma's lost. Missing. She's gone to Underwych. She's acting as an eyeball for the Danelings and the Weavelings, and we're going to follow her story. It's a story of Northwich, rock salt mining and brine pumping. Emma can see the problems of wild brine pumping and the effects of rock salt mining, but she has to tell that story and be believed, or she'll never find her way back to the present day. Underwych has too many holes. We'll find out why. Can you solve the mystery of the Great Tremble? Her grandparents have lost Emma. She's gone missing. Where is she? They call for her. Emma! 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 The police are called. Just tell us what happened. Don't worry, Mrs. Dobson. We'll soon have her out of here. We don't know where she's gone. They say the ground just opened up and she fell through. They've got her now, says her grandfather. They won't let her go. She belongs to them. Emma'd loved the stories her grandfather had to tell. Tell me the stories, Grandad. Tell me the stories of Underwych. And he told her. But she's theirs now. She's gone. She belongs to Underwych. Emma's been taken away. Rockwich, Saltwich, Northwich, Underwych. And she falls through and she discovers all about Underwych, Underwych, Underwych. And she comes back and we see her story, the fall to Underwych. Ow! Oh! She meets passport control and finds she's aged. Ah! I've turned into my mother! And she meets the Weavelings and the Danelings who tell her all about the stories of their town, Underwych, and how it's been affected, and the Great Tremble. And the chief burgher, he accuses Emma. It's you, eyeball, you who see everything. You're to blame for the Great Tremble. And he has his own solution. Execute her. But Emma asks what she's charged with, and she demands to visit the salt mine. And so we visit with her. We go to Underwych. And she's taken by the miners, and she goes down the salt mine. And she's mistaken for a seam of rock salt and blasted to Underwych, where she's welcomed, and they don't want her, and they blast her back to Underwych, where she meets herself and her grandfather. And he's telling all the stories that she knew by heart, that she'd learnt, but she's invisible to her past. And we learn of the stories of rock salt mining. We're taken down a mine, underground. Down, down. And her granddad turns the lights out, and we're all left in the dark. Turn the light on, Grandad. And he does. All safe now. They're just my stories. Don't worry, there's nothing to be frightened of. And Emma then learns about the tale of the downland donkey, about Seth and his two brothers, and the collapsing mine, and the brave downland donkey who saves his life. So sad, so sad. Then we have a sequence of stories told in song, the miner's song, the Underwych rap. The preacher tells us about the great catastrophe that befalls the area. And the restoration. There is a restoration. We can restore the landscape. And a tone poem tells us about the past. I am the memory of a land-trapped Triassic shallow sea. I am rock salt, lime and ash clinker. Sedge warbler, glaucous gull, windchat, stonechat, barn owl, long-eared owl, dunlin ruff. Dingy skipper, clouded yellow, brimstone, holly blue, red admiral, painted lady, peacock, gatekeeper, hedge brown, all live in this landscape. And out of the darkness, Emma hears strange noises, meets strange creatures. The brine shrimps, the last of those with the knowledge of wild brine pumping. And they tell her the stories of brine pumping. And Emma finds out about how brine is sucked out of the ground. But she recognises they have to stop. Underwych has too many holes, and they're causing all the damage. And we meet the great briny compensators, a scheme put forward to help people pay for the restoration of their buildings. And we're itemised. All of the damage is listed, all of the costs identified. And as tourists, we're taken on a tour of the leaning buildings of Northwich. But a preacher waits to tell us about the art of restoring building. What we need is jacks. And Jim Jacks comes and provides instruction in lifting buildings. The tumbling effects of buildings, of racking, of twisting, of damage can all be put right. And again, we itemise the accounts for lifting and moving subsidence resistance buildings. First, we can fill in the cellars, stop the damp, make it stable. We can lever with jacks. We can screw with bottle screws. We can use hydraulic jacks to lift buildings, to put them back onto stable foundations. There follows a demonstration of the construction of liftable buildings. The walls, the floors, the roofs are erected. It works. But Emma is given a new post by the chief burgher, but refuses to start bastard brine pumping. And at the same time, she hears the voice of her grandfather reciting a list of the buildings of Northwich. Brats. The Fireplace Centre, Parr's Bank, warehouses, banks, estate agents. She calls back, "I'm coming, Grandad, wait for me," and Underwych slips away. Underwych, Rockwich, Saltwich, Earthwich. And we come back to the present day. "She's in here, she's all right." And Emma falls back and returns from Underwych and tells her grandfather, "I've been to Underwych, Grandad, it's a real place, and they ate the brine shrimps."